Hello guys and gals. Okay, so this is my first video and I'll probably, hopefully, be the only one watching this, but here we go. My name is Brianna and I am a rising sophomore studying Chinese at Brown University. I've always been interested in learning about foreign cultures through music, media, food, and honestly, the best way to do that is through language. I studied Spanish in high school because some reason, one of the smallest towns in the smallest state only offered Spanish and French. I don't know why either. Well, honestly, I just love Shakira, so Spanish, you are so much better than French. Future video, well, we'll see. Not joking, probably going to do that. Sorry in advance. So, how would I end up being introduced to Chinese? $1,000,000 question. Well, that would come in my senior summer when I participated in the NSLIY China Summer Program. Links in the description. The following video is my description of my experience with NSLIY in Chinese. Since I've only been learning Chinese for a little over a year, not gonna lie, it's pretty bad. But hopefully in the future we'll all look back at this and be like, damn girl, you made so much progress. Well, without further ado, here we go.
为了学习中国语言和文化，别的美国高中生和我是2个夏天前一起去过西安学中文的。这可能是我上高中时最好的经历，所以我想告诉大家我在西安的时间。为了到西安，我的转机了很多次，因为我们还很晚才到西安，所以我们睡在西北大学宿舍里。我们是哪个大学学习中文的？我们第2天早上在大学餐厅吃了香菜。我在中国的第一份饭是包子、饭、肉和饺子。那天下午，我们和我们的中文老师们和我们的寄宿家庭讲了，在第1周，我有很多问题。西安的天气热死了，为什么天气这么热？西安有很多的公共汽车，为什么有这么多人开车？西安有好吃的中国菜的不得了，但是我已经饱了。为什么我的寄宿妈妈常常告诉我多吃了？我是外国人，这是我第1次来中国。当然，什么中国文化的东西我都不知道。可是我很快学到了，因为西安以前是中国的首都，所以这个城市有很多的名胜古迹。我在中国的时候看到了很多有名的地方，例如兵马俑、西安的清真寺和黄河。 我在课上也学到很多中国文化，我的寄宿家庭也让我看看一下西安文化。我们去过公园和京剧。在西安的时候，我学了一点中文和很多中国文化。我希望我可以旅行还要看到更多的中国。这就是为什么我的提高中文水平。我会学习越来越多的中文。祝我好运，加油！
That wasn't so bad, right? Yeah, I know my Chinese is terrible, but we're getting there. I've studied Spanish through my first semester of college and Chinese formally for my first year. I am so not a professional on really anything. My hope for this channel is to document my journey, fill in the gaps of how I got where I am today, and share my experiences learning about foreign languages and cultures. In my fashion, there will be lists, music, and absolute quirkiness. So while I might have grown up in a small town in a very small state, I hope that together we can throw away that small-mindedness and really just welcome all the world has to offer. So, join me on my journey. See you next time.